SnapBridge is a feature built into some of the newer Nikon cameras that connects your camera to your smartphone or tablet via Bluetooth. Once connected, you can use your smartphone to remotely control your camera and also wirelessly send images from camera to your device. Is it any good? Is it easy to set up? Let's find out. Hi, Paul here from Photogenius. Now in this video I'm going to be setting up SnapBridge on one of these Nikon cameras right here. SnapBridge is a feature that allows me to not only remotely control the camera via my smartphone but also send images from my camera to my smartphone, all via Bluetooth. Up until now I've never used it because I really haven't had to. I've been using this D3400 for a while. This camera, if I want to transfer an image from here to here, I simply use this adapter. This is a SD to Lightning adapter that suits my iPhone. And if I want to remotely control the camera, I use the Nikon remote. Very simple. Information on this remote, information on this adapter in the notes below the video. But the latest Nikon, the D3500, is different because it's not compatible with the remote. So now I'm thinking maybe it's time to play around and set up SnapBridge. So in this video, we're going to set it up, put it to the test. Let's go. So let's connect this Nikon D3500 to my smartphone using SnapBridge. So we start by going into the camera menu and selecting setup menu. Here you will find connect to smart device, but before we can connect, we also need to check that airplane mode is off and Bluetooth is turned on. Okay, clicking on connect to smart device, and the first thing we see is the camera asking us to open the SnapBridge app. So over to the phone, let's open the app, and after a few moments we see connect to camera. We can now select the camera we wish to connect. I'm using the Nikon D3500, so click here and the app confirms it's receiving a signal from the camera. The number shown on the camera matched the one on the app, so I'm going to select it. Now we see pair with camera. Clicking OK on the back of the camera and understood on the app. Now, according to the app, we are connecting to the camera, so let's see what happens. The app is now asking me to select an accessory, and we now see an authorization code, which also appears on the camera's LCD screen. Clicking OK on the camera and pair on the phone, and fingers crossed. And yep, we are finally connected. So that's how easy it is to use SnapBridge. But here's the reality. It isn't actually that easy. What I showed you there was my fourth attempt. The first one was my fault, user error. Second couple of attempts, I could not get the camera and my smartphone to really talk to each other. Kept getting problems, no idea what it was, but I nailed it eventually on the third attempt, and that's the one you've just witnessed. But what you witnessed there is an edited version of that sequence. So it did actually take a bit longer. There was a bit of waiting around. I've edited it for you so you can see the process, but I didn't bore you guys. Now, after that, because I was quite frustrated, I turned the camera off. I've had a break and I'm now back. And what I want to do now is see how quickly I can now connect this iPhone to this camera and take a photo. I've got the camera set up. I've got the camera pointing at my Stormtrooper figure over the back there. And if I wake the camera up, and I'm going to have to put my glasses on for this one, I can see that my exposure is looking pretty good. If I turn on the live view, might be hard to see from here, but there's the live view. So with this channel, what I want to be able to do is deliver really good content, hints, tips on how to get more from your cameras and take better photos. That's basically it. But unfortunately, I think with today's video, I'm not going to be able to deliver the goods. It's been a frustrating day to say the least. The app should deliver three key things: remotely control the camera, transfer images from camera to smartphone, and also be able to update camera firmware. That particular feature I wasn't able to check out because there are no updates for this this camera, the D3500, but if there were, you could use the app to download the update to the camera, and that's a good feature, and for that reason alone you should probably check the app out. Look, the app does work. When you've got it working, it works. I was able to remotely control this camera using this smartphone, but with limited options. When I say limited, push the button to take a photo was all I could do. no live view, no ability to change aperture, shutter speed or ISO. Really annoying. And to see if the picture was any good, I actually had to log out of the app and then go back to the camera to see if the picture was any good or make any changes. So that was frustrating as well. Now normally when I'm taking night photos, long exposures, I use this Nikon remote. I'll put details in the description below. This is a great buy, but isn't available or doesn't work with the Nikon D3500, so I was hoping the app would do the job. My best tip, if you've got a D3500, rather than setting the app up, is to use the camera's self-timer, also known as the drive mode. I'll put a link in the description below so you can check out that video. Transferring images, again, this did work. I took some photos and I was able to transfer them from the camera successfully to my iPhone. Yes, it took a few moments for that to work, but it's Bluetooth, so it can be a little bit slow, but it did work. But again, it's a feature that I'm not that interested in. I don't want every single image that I take with this camera to be transferred to my phone. I like to selectively choose what I download or transfer to my phone. So for that reason, I would forget the app and invest in one of these. These are really cheap. You can buy these from Amazon. SD to Lightning reader. Pop your SD card in, plug it into your phone or your iPad or whatever, and you can transfer selected images to that device. To me, that's much easier. I was mostly interested in the remote options with this app. Now, I've seen other people with different Nikon cameras using this app, and it does work. The Nikon D500, for example, when you've got the app working, you get a preview of what the camera sees. You can change settings. So I think because that camera has Wi-Fi, it works slightly differently. But with the Bluetooth setup I've got here and the Nikon D3500, literally all I can do is push a button and take a picture. That's about it. So a frustrating day, a bit disappointed in Nikon, which is a shame because I really wanted this to work. I wanted it to be more like the Canon Connect app, which I've tested and works a dream. Sadly, it wasn't the case. I'd be interested to know if you use the app. Did it work for you? Did it not work for you? Was it frustrating? Do you use the app? Leave your comments down below. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully you have, give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and please leave your comments and suggestions down below. I do try to answer each and every one. I hope to see you again soon. See ya. Bye.